Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going over the AL East, face of the franchise legends. We're going to give them their Chewie rating, we're going to rank them 1 through 5 Chewies, and we're going to go over every single team in the division with the Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's see if the Blue Jays get screwed over another time. I don't know, we're going to find out and see what they got brewing, because between the Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the Kevin Smith, they should give a card of like 105 overall because they just been shafted the whole time. Also, hit that red subscribe button for me. Give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think about the AL East face of the franchise legends. And if you disagree with anything in the video, I'd love to hear it. Or if you agree with me, love to have conversations. Also, there's that bell there. Hit that as well so you know whenever I'm uploading more videos. We can continue to grow the channel that way. And I appreciate all of the support. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Let's get into it. We're going to start off with the Baltimore Orioles. Jim Palmer. The longtime Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher, Jim Palmer. He has a 98 overall card. Right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. Another man that's a face of the franchise legend starting pitcher that throws 5 pitches. His pitch repertoire consists of a 4-seam fastball, a 12-6 curve, a slider, a 2-seam fastball, and a changeup. The fastball is going to go about 97 miles an hour. The 12-6 curveball is going to go about 72, might hit 70, could go up to 75 if you're really trying to push it. I keep it slower than harder, my personal opinion, and it's a nice big loopy curveball. Kind of reminds me of the Kershaw's curveball, or if you're looking for a righty to compare it to, the Brett Saberhagen curveball that's in this year's 97 overall Cy Young Brett Saberhagen. He has a slider that goes 87 miles an hour. It's pretty good, has a lot of movement on it. The 2-seam fastball, I don't really like 2-seam fastballs too much in this game. If it was a sinker, this card might be super nasty. And then he's a 78 mile per hour changeup, so he definitely has some good change of speed on his pitches here. This Jim Palmer pitched for a very long time for the Baltimore Orioles. To be exact, from 1965 to 1984. Some of the accolades he won with the Baltimore Orioles, which was the only team he played with in his career, was 3 Cy Youngs. He won 3 World Series championships. He's a 6-time All-Star, won the ERA title 2 times, and he's a 4-time Gold Glove. This man was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 1990. His career statistics look like this. He has 268 wins, 152 losses, an ERA of 2.86, 53 shutouts in his career, which is ridiculous. He has an ERA plus of 125, a whip of 1.180. He has 2,212 Ks, and a WAR of 68.5. So I knew Jim Palmer was good. I live in Baltimore now. I grew up in Pittsburgh, but I live in Baltimore. And I know some of these Baltimore Oriole fans, they talk a lot of good things about Jim Palmer. I didn't realize Jim Palmer was as good as Jim Palmer is. This man's numbers are kind of ridiculous. I'm actually disappointed that he doesn't have a 99 overall card and that his attributes are what they are, because I think they should be higher, if I'm being honest. 124 stamina, 101 hits per 9, 89 K per 9, 91 base on balls per 9, 94 home run per 9, 114 pitching clutch, 88 control, 77 velocity, 99 break. The attributes are just not that impressive, especially for a man that has 2,000 strikeouts in his career. Maybe he's a little bit more of a pitch-to-contact guy, being that he played for a while. But by God, he won 3 Cy Youngs and has a 2-time ERA title. You couldn't give the man like 110 hits per 9, maybe 100 K per 9? Like, come on now. What are you doing? That's kind of disrespectful to the man. Plus, I mean, does anybody have stunning blue eyes like this man does? Just look at these things. They'll shoot right through you when you're looking at the card. That's intimidating in itself. Let's look at his quirks. His quirks are pressure cooker, workhorse, stingy, untouchable, control artist, grounded, sinker baller, knee buckler. So he has pretty good quirks too. The workhorse, the stingy, control artist, grounded, all things I like. The fact that he does have sinker baller, he doesn't throw a sinker, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that goes on his 2-seam fastball. But I still don't know if that makes that pitch any more effective. To me, it's very disappointing that Jim Palmer has the card that he has. I think it should be higher in its attributes. Because of what it is and some of the other pitchers that are in the face of the franchise legends, unfortunately, I have to give this Jim Palmer 3 Chewies. I wish it would be a better card. Do I think it can be effective? Is it a guy I'm going to pick up and pitch with? Yes. He will be part of the Gold Glove team, boys. You're going to get some Jim Palmer gameplay. But he's a 3 Chewies right here. It's unfortunate. I think for his career, he's definitely better than 3 Chewies. That's just my personal opinion. Dwight Evans. For the Boston Red Sox, we have Dwight Evans, a right fielder. I know that was a terrible Boston accent. You guys can bash me in the comments. Whatever. I can't keep up with it more than just saying Boston, even then it sounded terrible. But it's a 98 overall. Dwight Evans, right fielder, right-handed batting, right-handed throwing with the secondary positions of first base, left field, and center field. Diamond hitting, diamond defense as it should be. Everyone knows that Dwight Evans was a monster with the glove during his career. He played his career, all of it, with the Boston Red Sox, except for one season. The very last year of his career, he played with the Baltimore Orioles. That could be a trivia question for baseball trivia. Dwight Evans played his whole career with the Boston Red Sox, except for 1 year he played with the Orioles. With the Boston Red Sox, he won 3 All-Stars. He was an 8-time Gold Glover, 2-time Silver Slugger. He played with the Red Sox from 1972 to 1990. His statistics on the Red Sox look like this. He had a 272 batting average, a 369 on-base percentage, a 473 slugging. His OPS was 842. His OPS plus was 127. He hit 379 home runs. He had 1,346 RBIs, 2,373 hits, and a WAR of 66.5. He is not in the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure if he will get in. I don't think he had enough home runs and enough RBIs. The rest of his numbers are pretty decent. I just don't know if he'll get in till much later on. But he had a pretty decent career. Let's look at his attributes. He has 89 contact versus righty, 116 contact versus lefty, 88 power versus righty, 98 power versus lefty, 94 vision, 125 discipline, 101 clutch, 94 fielding, 99 arm strength, 96 arm accuracy, 82 reaction with 66 speed, 22 stealing, and 20 base running aggressiveness. Let's pop over and look at his quirks. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, soft hands, cannon, sniper, pressure cooker, unbreakable. So he has the big 3 hitting quirks. He has the cannon and soft hands as well as the sniper. I mean, he's going to be great in the outfield for you. I think this Dwight Evans is going to be great in the outfield for you. I just don't know with some of the other options that you can get in the face of the franchise legends if he's the best option even in right field. I think there's a better right fielder out there that we will go over in a future Face of the Franchise Legend video. Comment down below if you guys think you know who it is. This Dwight Evans, just his attributes for hitting just really aren't that impressive. I mean, they're good, but they're not great. Defensively, he's wonderful. I mean, 99 arm strength is great, but I just don't think the card's that good. I would rather you guys pick up like Larry Walker or somebody like that to play in right field that's going to have the same defensive attributes and a much better hitter. Therefore, this Dwight Evans is going to get a 2.5 Chewie rating. He's good. He swings okay. He can play all over the outfield and first base. Great fielder. I just think his stick lags behind way too much for a higher Chewie rating. So he's going to get 2.5 Chewies. You might be able to convince me that he should get 3 Chewies if you talk to me in the comments. But I'm thinking right here, with that 89 contact versus righty, 88 power, he's getting 2.5 Chewies. It's just not good enough for me compared to some of the other options you could possibly have. Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly's 98 overall, left-handed batting, left-handed throwing. He has secondary positions of left field and right field. He has diamond hitting and diamond defense. He played from 1982 to 1995. He's a 6-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove, 3-time Silver Slugger. He won the MVP in 1985 and the batting title in 1984. His batting average was 307. His on-base percentage was 358. His slugging was 471. His OPS was 830 with an OPS plus of 127. He had 2,153 hits, 222 home runs, 1,099 RBIs with a 42.4 WAR. Mattingly didn't play that long. He only played for like 13 seasons. I don't think he retired at like 35 or 36. It kind of puzzles me for how good of a career that Don Mattingly was having that he only played for 14 seasons. I don't know why he played a little bit longer. I think he played like 4 or 5 more years, which he might have been able to do playing first base or as a DH, that he could have made into the Hall of Fame. I don't think he'll make it into the Hall of Fame with the numbers that he has. He might, but it's going to be a very hard sell for that to happen. Looking at his attributes, he's 115 contact versus righty, 105 contact versus lefty, 77 power versus righty, 80 power versus lefty, 122 vision, 92 discipline, 105 clutch. He has 92 fielding, 75 arm strength, 80 arm accuracy, 82 reaction, 40 speed, 8 stealing, 10 base running aggressiveness. This Mattingly also has a pretty good swing when it comes to the game. I had him a lot doing the showdowns for the East Showdowns, which I do have a tutorial for if you guys haven't successfully completed them or need some help with them. Go over and watch that video. But he has a very good swing. I'm not going to lie. I like his swing. Let's look at his quirks real quick. Hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, soft hand, sniper, pressure cooker, and unbreakable. So he does have the hitting machine, bomber, and walker, the big three. He has soft hands at first base, which is nice. This is a good fielding first baseman. He doesn't have as much power as I personally like at first base. He kind of reminds me of the first base version of George Brett with, I think, a little bit better swing. I know some people really like George Brett's swing. I do think this Mattingly is a good card. For me, he's going to get 4 Chewies, I think, with the defense and the fact that he has good hitting, a very nice big PCI, a glitchy swing that has some good pop. He's going to get 4 Chewies from me. Fred McGriff. For the Tampa Bay Rays, we have the first baseman, Fred McGriff, 98 overall. Left-handed batting, left-handed throwing. He's diamond hitting, bronze defense. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that Fred McGriff is the face of the franchise legend. However, personally, I would have liked to see Wade Boggs. I would like to see Wade Boggs get a 99 overall card for the Rays, even though he did a lot of damage with the Red Sox. Boggs, that is. I do think Fred McGriff is probably more known for playing with the Braves than playing for the Rays, to be honest. But whenever you only have 2 legends to pick from for the Tampa Bay Rays, since they're a newer team, and Fred McGriff or Wade Boggs are really the only legendary guys that have played for their team, eventually Longoria will be there, but he's still in the league with the San Francisco Giants. I just guess it had to be McGriff. He played with the team from 1998 to 2001. Then in his last year in Major League Baseball, he came back in 2004. He played first base and he DH'd mostly DH'd actually, because this is towards the back end of his career. Especially in 2004, he definitely DH'd a lot more than played first base. He won an All-Star. He had one All-Star appearance in 2004 in his last season when he was actually a DH and didn't play much first base. His statistics with the Tampa Bay Rays is he batted .291. He had an on-base percentage of .380. He had a slugging of .484. He had an OPS of .864, an OPS plus of .122. He had 603 hits, 99 home runs, 359 RBIs, and a WAR of 9. So McGriff had a very long career. I wouldn't say he had his best parts of his career with the Rays, but he definitely did hit well when he played with the Tampa Bay Rays. And he's definitely just a very good hitter overall. And as you'll see, the card translates to that. With 114 contact versus righty, 99 contact versus lefty, 98 power versus righty, 102 power versus lefty, 89 vision with 123 discipline, 109 clutch. He has 70 fielding, 60 arm strength, 70 arm accuracy with 62 reaction, 39 speed, 16 stealing, and 14 base running aggressiveness. Let's look at the quirks. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, pressure cooker, unbreakable. So he has the hitting machine, bomber, and walker. He has no defensive quirks. Fred McGriff was never a great defensive guy. As I said, he actually played a lot of DH whenever he's on the team, not just first base. He has a pretty decent swing. I'm not as much of a fan of his swing as I am Mattingly's. He has good power, better power than Mattingly. As you guys just heard, I gave Mattingly 4 Chewies. Because of the comparison of the two, and you can directly compare them, this Fred McGriff is going to get 3.5 Chewies because I think he's a little bit less of a player than Mattingly is. If I had to pick one or the other, I'm picking Mattingly every single time. I think McGriff has better power, but Mattingly has better vision, better contact, and is way better defensively, and I think that matters here. So Fred McGriff gets 3.5 Chewies. Tom Henke. So I really thought SDS here was going to give the Blue Jays like a 105 overall card after the shafting they got in Stage 1 and Stage 2 with the Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the Kevin Smith that, I don't know, was like prospect rated 26th in the organization. Well, they did give a closing pitcher, which makes him very unique because he's the only closing pitcher in the Stage 3 Face of the Franchise Legends, and they gave Tom Henke 97 overall closing pitcher for the Blue Jays, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. He throws 3 pitches, a four-seam fastball, a forkball, and a slider. So a pretty decent mix. I would have loved to see them give him a changeup. If they would have given him a fourth pitch, he threw a changeup too. This card would be very, very good. But for what it is, it's a pretty decent card. With the Toronto Blue Jays, Henke pitched from 1985 to 1992. He was an integral part of the 1992 World Series champions with the Toronto Blue Jays that featured Joe Carter and some of the other great Blue Jays. In his time with the Blue Jays, he had a win-loss record of 29-29, an ERA of 2.48. He finished 386 games. He had 217 saves, 644 strikeouts, an ERA plus of 167, a whip of 1.025. So he had some good seasons with the Blue Jays. He was a pretty big shutdown man for them, whether he was setting up saves or getting saves. So I'm kind of impressed. I didn't know too much about Henke till I had to look him up. I mean, I knew about the guy that had glasses that was a closer for the Blue Jays. I didn't know his name or anything. He also did appear in the All-Star game one time. He has won the World AIDS Relief Award, but that was with the Cardinals later on in his career in 1995. So he has been considered the best closer in one of the leagues at some point in time. Looking at his pitch repertoire, I mean, the 99-mile-per-hour fastball here, it's going to go 100, maybe 101. The forkball is a good pitch, the slider. I just think that his pitches are too hard compared to the fastball. But hey, you got to work the three pitches in there, and I think he can be pretty decent. He does have a little bit of a goofy release. Too, which can be hard to pick up. Looking at his attributes, he has 30 stamina, 111 hits per nine, 125 K per nine, 89 base on balls per nine, 93 home run per nine, 108 pitching clutch, 89 control, 97 velocity, 94 break. So he does have pretty good attributes for a closer, and he's a closer for free. You don't got to pay for one that's an elite guy. Looking at his quirks, he has pressure cooker, stingy, untouchable, control artist, grounded, cheesy, and Mr. Splitty. I'm assuming the Mr. Splitty is going to go with his forkball. So he does have pretty decent quirks for a closing pitcher. Guys, his Henke, it's very hard for me to rate him in a Chewie rating because with the three pitches, I just don't know how good he's actually going to be. But he has very good attributes, and I think the three pitches he has are actually workable because a forkball kind of serves like a circle change, but he throws it very hard. So it's an interesting card. I'm going to give this Henke a 3.5 Chewies, but he is the only closing pitcher, so I recommend everybody goes out and gets him because to have a guy like him in the bullpen, even if he's like your second or third best right-handed closing pitcher option, I just think it's nasty to have, especially for free. But I'm going to have to give him 3.5 Chewies. If he had a changeup or one extra pitch, he could be 4 to 4.5 Chewies. Like, that's how much of a difference an extra pitch can make, especially for a closing pitcher. But, guys, I have to go 3.5 Chewies here. Guys, that's a review on the AL East Face of the Franchise Legends. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about their Chewie rating. If you guys agree or disagree, let me know. I'd love to have a conversation about it. You guys have a great day and be safe.